In this video, we will be going over the interface of the PhotoSphere phone apps. The apps for iOS and Android are pretty much the same, so we will only be doing one video for both apps. The video will be fairly long as there are a lot of things to go over and there are a lot of features with the apps. To begin with, we will go from the top down. So the first thing we see is the PhotoSphere with the serial number behind it. If you tap on this, this will take you to the device information page. You can tap on the device name and edit that to personalize it. It will show you the model number, the serial number, the build number for the app, and how much system memory your PhotoSphere has. You will also see the after-sales service date. This is where your warranty information is. That's when the warranty will expire. You can see things like the device indicator. If this is off, you're unable to check the device status by viewing the indicator. The device indicator is in a different section. I would leave that on if I were you. You can see the fan speed. I would also leave this on smart mode. This will detect the temperature of your PhotoSphere and will cool it as necessary. For the date and time, you can select your time zone and set your date and the time. By default, it will go off your system time. Next, we have the search feature. You can search through all of your files and folders by file name or folder name, and even names of your device. So if your backup is of a phone that's named after somebody, you may be able to search for that as well. The next icon is one that we've shown you before. This is the QR code scanner that's used to log you into your computer apps. Next, you have the file transmitter. We'll show you transmitting files, backed up files, and transfer files. Next, we have your phone, the current phone that you're reviewing this from. So if you tap on the phone here, this will take you to your backup settings. On the backup setting page, you can control things like you can filter out screenshots so they are not backed up. You can tap on clear backup photos and videos, which will delete the photos from your device. We recommend that you only do this if you have a redundant backup of your files. If you only have one copy that's on your PhotoSphere and you clear them, if something happens to your PhotoSphere, your files may be lost forever. So you can either get a second PhotoSphere and have a redundant backup, or you can attach a USB drive to your PhotoSphere with a mass storage device and copy your backup to that to have a secondary copy. Or you can even map a drive to your PhotoSphere on your computer and have a copy backed up to your computer. So there are multiple ways to have more than one copies if you need a clear space from your phone. Next is the contacts. You can choose to back up your contacts or not and tell it how often you need those backed up. And then the allow automatic backup. This can be turned on or off. If you don't want your photos and videos to be backed up automatically as they are taken to your PhotoSphere, you can turn them off. Next, we can view photos from this device by tapping the photos icon under your phone. And you can scroll down. You've got the scroll bar here, just like the other scrolls. You can also tap the view icon up here in the upper right corner. This will allow you to change it from just viewing the photos from the current phone or all phones. You can change the view from the big picture view to standard view to efficiency view. Or you can tap the select icon here, which allows you to multi-select. And when you do that, you can see on the bottom, the bar appears for you to be able to share, download, add to album, delete, or under more, you can print, move them to encrypted space, or copy these files. So this is the file management when you are viewing photos after you've selected them. If you tap on contacts, you can see how many contacts are on your device, and you can restore them if somehow your contacts were deleted. Next is the status of the files that have been backed up or are actively being backed up. Next is the navigation. First we have the downloader. This will show us any active downloads that are happening on your PhotoSphere. Next we have remove duplicates. We can remove duplicates by scanning specific folders or scanning all folders that will scan across all backups and all devices. This is a great way to clean up your data and to clear up room for your files. Only exact duplicates can be detected when removing duplicates. This is done by file fingerprint or hash value. So if a file has been altered, say you've filtered a photo or you've resized a photo, that is no longer an exact duplicate, and so it cannot be detected. So keep that in mind when you're removing duplicates. Next, we have the 3 folders that show recent backups, shortcut folders, or recently opened files. Recent backups are automatically shown here. You can show more or you can show less. You can move that over to shortcuts. You can add a shortcut, navigate to a backup you might want to show, and hit create. And those shortcut folders will appear here. You can also go by recently opened folders, and there isn't any right now. Again, you can tap on that to view or expand or collapse it. Next, we have homepage albums. Tap the small plus icon to add existing albums to your homepage. If you want to upload files to create a homepage album, tap the large icon here and then tap either photos or videos or files, and you can upload folders or files or folders to your homepage album. Next we have albums. I'm going to tap on albums, and first we have intelligent albums. This is created by the app, and you can view those, or you can go over to My Albums and manage your albums. If you've favorited any photos, they will show up in your favorites, and I'll show you how to do that later. You can create an album by tapping create, and we have a separate tutorial video on creating albums and creating shared albums, so we won't go over that now. You can edit the albums and delete them if you want. If you tap on the 3 dots, you have different options. You can add users to shared albums. Since this album is shared, that's an option. You can display on mobile desktop. You can choose to stop displaying this on the homepage shared or homepage albums, or you can sticky this on top so it shows up at the top of your albums, or you can choose to unshare it if it is being shared. Shared albums are different. Shared albums are albums that you share with sub-account users, and there is a separate tutorial just for this. Files is next. So at the top here we have files sorted by photos, videos, audio, and documents. So we'll tap on photos and show you how we can view photos. You can see that there's a scrolling bar here that can get us all the way up and down all of our photos easily. Photos are displayed in chronological order. So let's go to the top here. We can search by file name. We can choose to select, and after we select, we can multi-select, and then we can choose to share down here at the bottom. You can see share, download, add it to an album, delete the file, print it if you hit more, move it to encrypted space, or copy the files. So those are just different things that you can do when viewing photos. Next we have space. We can navigate to the different backups that you've got, and you can actually drill down and view the photos by folder, or the files by folder. Same thing with the backups and PCs. And you can select any of these files or folders by tapping that gray dot to the right, and you'll notice down at the bottom, once you select them, you have those options again to manage those files. You can share, delete, download, and more. And there are different options depending on if it's a folder or if it's document, etc. So we'll go back, and then we'll go over to the My page. This is your options page. Up at the top here, we have notifications. Most of the notifications are going to tell you when the disk is hibernated. As I've mentioned before, the PhotoSphere hibernates your drive when not in use to save usage on it. We can go over here to settings, and this is where we go to account management, your backup settings, etc. Here we can manage your devices. So if we need to add a second PhotoSphere for redundant backups, you can add that device here once it's plugged into your network. We can manage our space. This is where you can format your drive. If you have a new hard drive that you have to put into your PhotoSphere, you can format it here. The recycle bin is just like a computer recycle bin. Deleted files are going to be stored there until they're removed by emptying the recycle bin. You can view shared records or files that you've shared with other people. Down here, device management, you can turn on or off your device. We recommend that you turn it off before unplugging it. The login terminal will show you the different devices that are connected to your PhotoSphere. System upgrade is to update the apps or the firmware of your PhotoSphere. If you don't have it set to automatically update, you can do it manually there. Your device information will show you the device information. We've seen this page accessed from the home page. If you swipe to the left here, you can see more information such as the device status, the CPU memory, the temperature of your device, etc. You can manage your storage here again. This is where you format your drive if you need to format it. Network settings will give you your IP address and other information. LAN applications are used for accessing your PhotoSphere through your computer as a network drive. You will turn on Samba here. We have a separate video for how to connect your PhotoSphere as a network drive, so we'll go over that in detail then. If you have external storage plugged into your PhotoSphere's USB port, this is where you can access that, and you can turn it on to automatically back up that data as well. So that is it for the interface for PhotoSphere phone apps. We do have more detailed videos on things like file sharing, shared albums, and connecting to your computer. So please watch those videos next. And thank you for joining me today.